This episode of Capes and Lunatics Sidekicks is brought to you by Tweaked Audio. To get awesome headphones, go to tweakedaudio.com and use the coupon code Southgate to get 30% off, free shipping, and a lifetime warranty. Or you can get there through the link on our website, southgatemediagroup.com.
This is Luca Parrish, and you are listening to the Capes and the Lunatics Sidekicks podcast.
Welcome back.
Congratulations.
So we are the night.
The Batman podcast.
Oh, I see how we got to roll the tongue. All right. Anyway, I am Phil. Joining me as always is
Hey y'all, I am the Knight, Lilith Hellfire.
my chum. It is. So yes, tonight, whenever you listen to this, we are covering Batman 443 and 444.
It is perpetually nighttime because we are a Batman podcast, just to get that clear, Philip.
We're in Gotham.
Even if it's a bright, sunny Saturday morning, it's always nighttime.
We're in Gotham. It's always dark.
Exactly. The sky is polluted, the water is polluted. We're just setting the scene.
So from January and February 1990.
Wolfman!
Yeah, so this is the arc immediately after we introduced Tim Drake.
Poor Tim. Like, I have so much, like, justice for Tim and justice for Wally. Like, that is just my whole thing at this point. When you look back, you're just like, why they do y'all like that?
Oh, we're gonna get to that on the Patreon.
Definitely. But I love the little under the number. I love the little Batman and Robin logo. It's so cute.
I know. They're like, oh, look, we got a Robin back.
I absolutely think that's what that was. Like, see, kids, you can pretend to be Batman's sidekick and get shot at in colorful colors now again, too.
Watch out for those crowbars, kids.
It's like George of the Jungle. Watch out for that crowbar. But they amped up a lot of the intensity, and at least in the opening sequence, I will say.
Oh yeah, so yeah, 443, The Coming of Crime Smith.
Phrasing?
Yes. But yes, written by Marv Wolfman. Yes, that Marv Wolfman.
Got some great art. Apparo's in there.
Yeah, Mike DiCarlo inker, Adrian Roy colorist, John Costanza letters. Costanza. Oh, two editors, Denny O'Neil and Dan Raspler.
Diddy might have been on vacation.
Well,
he deserved it. He worked hard.
He was editing the whole Batman line, so.
Exactly. He deserved it at this time. That was a lot. Well, they wanted to keep consistency and continuity. Remember those days, guys? Because I do. Hashtag, guess what, guys? Modern Comics could never. It's back.
Oh, we're going to get into that on Patreon. All right.
Uncensored Philip is my favorite Philip, might I say.
Oh, my. See? Come for the uncensored Lilith Hellfire. Stay for the uncensored me. All right. So here's a synopsis. For 443, The Coming of Crime Smith. A family consisting of a father, mother, and son, oh, this hits home, go out during the evening for a quick run, but they are cornered into a dark alley by a trio of thugs who intend to mug them. Boy, they really want to rub this in Batman's face. The situation turns violent, and the criminals would have killed the father if Batman had not appeared. The situation reminds the Dark Knight of his own childhood failure, and he strikes the thugs with vengeance.
All it takes is a mother, a father, and a son, and he's there. He's like right in his feels. He's so narcissistic.
Why did you present this situation?
Exactly.
He strikes the thugs with vengeance. Some
We are the night. We are vengeance. We get it.
Some people use
We're the Batman podcast. We get it. We relate.
He wields vengeance like a crowbar.
Oh, too soon. Too soon.
After disarming 2 of them and rounding them up, Batman follows the 3rd felon out on the streets and the thug tries to escape. His efforts are futile and the thug desperately tries to get inside a white vehicle parked in one of the alleys. The criminal white van.
Exactly.
The criminal pleads for help from the people inside, but they remain in the vehicle, witnessing the situation until Batman finally catches up with the crook and captures him. Moments later in Wayne Manor, Bruce Wayne briefly explains his methods to Tim Drake, who is the person inside the white car along with Alfred. Tim is eager to join Batman as Robin, but Bruce tells him he is not taking any chances, and that first, Tim has to train with Alfred before he can even consider starting training with him.
Gotta learn to dodge those backhands.
Oh! Tim agrees, and Alfred takes the young man back to the school's dormitory. After the 2 of them are gone, Bruce makes a phone call to Lucius Fox. We haven't seen him in a while. In order to set up a meeting with Dr. Jeffrey Frazier, a security consultant, in order to have him help with the recent issues in Wayne Tech.
Yeah, Wayne Tech.
I believe at least one of the situations they're talking about is, remember when he was accused of being a spy around Detective 600?
Yeah.
Oh, that freaky.
That was a good arc. Like, that was really a little different.
Well, that's the one that was written by Sam Hamm, who did the screenplay for the Batman 89 movie, who's going to be writing the Batman 89 comic coming up.
Oh, he is? That's very cool. I don't think I might have skimmed past that when I was reading that article because it was Bleeding Cool. Y'all know how I feel about Bleeding Cool.
Yeah, I mean,
although they did have a very interesting article the other day that I didn't get to mention on Capes because I was late. Yeah, my armadillos are back in full swing.
Charlie Esser was mansplaining your connection to you. But yeah, Sam Hamm's writing the Batman 89 comic. I don't know who's doing the Superman 78, but yeah, they actually roped in Sam Hamm.
Honestly though, the more that I think about it, I feel like that's a good sign because they're going back to Superman, the first one, and they're trying to get to the root of what makes a good Superman story. I don't know. I mean, I'll find out in 4 years, but I don't know. That was like a good sign for me, but it still smacks of desperation. But it's still a good sign on the Superman front. I don't know if it's a good sign on the Batman front.
I mean,
we've had good stuff since the 90s, but I felt like they were turning a corner and actually giving a very actual modern twist without like pandering to Gen Z, going it's woke, it's lit, you know. Yeah. I think they were finding that balance with what they were doing with Bruce Wayne having no money and having to find a different way, things like that.
Yeah.
So but, I don't know.
I mean, I guess it works on with Infinite Frontier where everything counts.
Yeah, nothing, everything counts and nothing matters. That DC, that's the tagline. So
hey, what continuity is popular this month? Let's throw it out there.
Basically.
Let's see. Lucius is surprised to receive such a late phone call, but more shocked is his wife, who can't understand how can a man of Bruce's reputation be up to date with the company's affairs. Lucius then remarks that Bruce is indeed a fascinating man as they talk about it. Bruce goes out to the streets again.
Bruce is a fascinating man. He's so utterly damaged.
I love Lucius.
And content with that damage, he doesn't. He thinks this is making him a better person, but he doesn't realize it's not.
I know. I love Lucius's wife. It's like, how does Gotham's Paris Hilton, how is he up to date and all what the company's doing?
Well, and the burn of it all is that Paris is actually a very smart businesswoman. I mean, she took her inheritance and, she still has a whole empire of clothes and perfumes and things like that.
Well, yeah, exactly.
And she's still relevant. But she still plays the ditzy blonde with blue eyes, even though her real eyes are brown. She gave y'all what you wanted. She gave y'all something to talk about.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, people think
So when they conflate those two, it's like, well, kind of, yeah, he's putting on
yeah,
a facade for y'all.
it works. It definitely works.
Yes, I'm a low key OG Paris Hilton stan. Don't at me.
All right. So where was it? Oh yes, Batman goes back out to the streets. At the warehouse area of Gotham, the Gotham City Police
You mean
Department.
the whole city?
What? Oh,
The whole city's just warehouses at this point. In Arkham Asylum, that's it.
no, there's the rich part, and then everything else is abandoned.
He lives outside of Gotham. He lives in like Gotham Palisades. It's not even the same county.
He has
That's what Joker burned him on that one. Let me tell you.
how many toll bridges he has to cross?
Exactly. Just to fight crime.
But the Gotham City Police Department have found the charred corpse of a man hanging from a rooftop, and police commissioner.
Whoa. This definitely isn't for children. Batman's never been for children, guys.
I mean, at least they toned it down a little bit. I mean, if this was like, real goth, and there'd be cops sitting around going, "Yeah, man, that's extra crispy." Yeah.
Honestly, was waiting on Bullock to say it. Honestly.
Get a bucket. It's one extra crispy. However, the forensic doctor explains that the mystery behind the crime is the fact that the body was seemingly burned from the inside.
Spontaneous self-combustion? What is this, the X-Files?
Burn.
Great episode, by the way, if y'all know the episode I'm talking about for X-Files.
Batman watches as the police take the body and evacuate the area. But once the place is empty, Batman spots a flashing light from one of the warehouses. Going down to the area, Batman finds a security guard murdered and notices that one of the warehouse's security doors has been electronically bypassed. Walking inside, Batman finds 3 thugs trying to steal valuable furs from the place.
Oh.
Man, the cops no respect. I mean, they're pulling off the robbery right where the cops were just there. Batman.
The best time, actually. The cops are pulling away from the scene. Yeah. It's like blow up a hospital to rob the bank,
I guess. Batman confronts the criminals who don't stand a chance against the frightening figure of the Dark Knight. However, Batman notices that the thugs are indeed afraid, but not of him. What are they afraid of?
If they're not afraid of Batman, what could it be?
Who could it be? The next day, Bruce tells Alfred about the previous night, and he deduces that the thugs are afraid of a criminal mastermind that they are working for.
And we never see him again, right?
It's quotate. Well, yeah, quotate. I mean, that should be in quotation marks for anybody in Gotham. Criminal mastermind.
Hey, Loki, Penguin, Riddler, Joker. They kind of are. I mean, Joker doesn't stay locked up in Arkham forever. He gets out like a revolving door. I'm just saying.
Yeah, well, that's just a bad. That's just corrupt Gotham City.
No, he convinces them every single time.
I know.
There's so many Harleys out there. That's what we actually don't talk about. It's not just one Harley. It's a bunch of them.
I was gonna say, yeah, she's not even in the universe yet. I mean, he's still seducing her at this point in Arkham. As they talk about it, they arrive at Wayne Tech to meet Dr. Frazier. Bruce and Lucius have a meeting with the security consultant and his assistant, Rhea, in order to make a partnership between his security firm and Wayne Enterprises.
Oh, don't you just love when, spoilers, stories dovetail together?
Dovetail? Woohoo.
Oh, no. Dove, not duck.
I know. Frazier assigns his assistant to review the terms of the contract, and he'd return once he has made a decision. However, once they are out of the meeting, Frazier asks Rhea to do background research on Bruce Wayne, as they have noticed he knows more than meets the eye.
You're not drinking enough in public, Bruce.
Later that night, James Gordon is having trouble sleeping as a nightmare about his wife keeps haunting him.
Which one?
Well, I don't think Sarah hasn't come back yet, so I'm assuming it's the first wife. But why would he?
Exactly. I don't know what's going on here.
I know. Gordon spots Batman perched on his window-sill. It's Batman Begins. Okay. Uh,
They
the
got
dark,
it from somewhere.
I guess the Dark Knight asks Gordon if there have been crimes related with security breaches, and Gordon tells Batman the information about 4 events in the last month. With Gordon's information, Batman decides to interrogate one of the thugs he captured last night and ask him about their leader. At that precise moment, a criminal called Montgomery Marr finds himself in a dark chamber filled with cameras and recording devices. The place is designed to get
Kinky.
all available information from the criminal, and once his identity is verified, a voice talks to him through speakers. Marr knows this is the hideout of the Crime Smith. An unknown.
No offense, Wolfman, but seriously.
Well, we see how far this got. An unknown person who provides plans for criminals and the means to.
Hey, Denny was like, "Look, bro, I love you. Stop it."
Who provides plans for criminals and the means to break into high security places. Marr wants to strike a deal with the crime smith, and after agreeing on a 60-40% split of the loot, the thug is injected with a small needle in his neck. The crime smith, who is operating a secret panel in an undisclosed location, tells the thug that the needle is insurance in case their plan fails. Batman has learned.
I mean, that's the best. That's the best you can do for your henchmen.
Well, best you can do for yourself. Batman has learned about some connections of the thugs he interrogated, and among them was Montgomery Marr. Batman remains undercover at Marr's hideout until the thugs gather his gang in order to follow the prearranged plan. Batman follows the thugs to a private warehouse where they break inside thanks to the technology provided by Crimesmith. Marr and his thugs intend to steal several auto haulers with many and very expensive vehicles. However, Batman makes
back in the day before worldwide spread LoJack. Oh.
However, Batman makes an appearance and startles the thugs as he does before he starts taking them down one at a time.
I love how they're like, I can't tell you, homie. Seriously, don't do this, man.
I know.
Blood's on your hands, Bruce. The blood's on your hands.
In the end, Marr is the only criminal remaining, and Batman interrogates him about the mastermind behind the crimes. Paralyzed with fear, Marr decides to tell Batman about Crimesmith, but as soon as he speaks the word, his neck starts burning, and seconds later, his whole body is consumed by flames, leaving Batman with only the name of Crimesmith as his only clue.
Oh, it's on like Donkey Kong.
To be continued.
Crimesmith and punishment.
Oh, see, I thought this was the case. Looking at the notes, this is the first post-crisis appearance of Lucius Fox.
Yeah, I thought so too. They don't really give Lucius Fox enough to do, to be honest.
I know. It is not a coincidence either, as Marv Wolfman had a short run in the Batman comics in 1980 and 81 where he used Lucius Fox extensively.
He liked him. What can I say?
And as is always the case many times in comics, although this is Tanya Fox's first appearance, her name was not revealed until much later.
Because she's just a woman.
You know, it's Lucius Fox and Mrs. Fox.
Yeah, it was all about only having an MRS and not a PhD or anything else behind your name back then. I get it.
Oh, this issue also marks the first appearance of the Wayne Tech building.
Huh.
And the shape of the same would be used later for the logo of the company.
Yep.
And if you can't find floppies for this, kids, it is on DC Universe Infinite, and it was reprinted in Batman the Cape Crusader Volume 2.
That's what I'm reading from, the digital version.
Oh, yeah, I'm on DC Universe Infinite.
Oh, get it? Infinite Frontier? I don't know. I don't like it. I don't like where this is going.
Oh, DC.
DC called me. I have a business plan that will get y'all together that doesn't include selling it to Fanboys that aren't me and Phil.
DC with the infinite puns. Although when
The infinite dumpster fire.
although when I go on the app and there's an issue I can't find, I'm like, not so infinite, is it?
I mean, how hard is it to do scans? How hard? You have one job, honestly.
Well, I mean, I think it was some of them. There's at least one creator they have a problem with, which I can see why.
Well, yeah. Oh my God. So that's a whole thing too. Like DC does have a lot of like long-standing deals that when Warner Brothers took them over, that's why a lot of people got fired on the low. Some of those deals are crazy. So yeah, I do get it.
Oh my.
I mean, we thought Marvel was bad back in the day when they had to sell their stuff off. Like there's like at least like what is it, like 12 to 14 deals that like are like absolutely insane and outdated and never should have been signed, I guess. Meanwhile, it took how long to give proper credit to freaking Bob Finger and everybody else? Like, okay, whatever.
Back
to the story. Enough pooping on DC for now.
I was gonna say, I'm sure these days Warner's is like, we're not Disney. We don't have that kind of money to make these deals.
To keep the deals, yeah. So we'll see.
Yeah. Oh Lord, I see you, Wolfman. Yeah, sorry, Batman 440 from February 1990. Get ready, kids. Crime, Smith, and Punishment.
Kona, suck it.
Oh, crimes. I mean, seriously, were all the creators at this time just like, it's like puns? We need more puns.
Cocaine must make you do a lot of puns.
Allegedly.
It's all satire and parody. Hey.
Don't badmouth Marv. He was in Crisis. Come on. That final part.
That in and of itself tells you everything you need to know.
All right. So yes, crime. Oh God, I can't even say it with a straight face. Crime, Smith, and Punishment.
Stalking the Crime Smith.
Yes, the
higher top Gotham on a gargoyle, kind of pulling a Spider-Man, to be honest.
I know, man.
Or a Daredevil. That's more Daredevil imagery.
I was gonna say, when you sit, that's the one thing I was like, the art is great. I like the art on it, but it's like, why? I'm like, when do you see Batman crouch like that?
Exactly.
Oh, and look at that corner box. There's only Batman there this time.
You're like, we didn't actually care about Tim. See, we should have known. We should have known.
Well, he's really not in this issue, so at least it's truth.
That hasn't stopped a comic book artist before.
Oh, I know. I mean, I didn't know if it was just like stock art, because like some of those Marvel books at the time, you get like the heads in the corner box, be like, hey, that guy's head isn't in this issue. Come on.
Gotcha. Shut up, nerd, and give me your lunch money.
No Iron Man in this. All right, so Crime, Smith, and Punishment. We pick up where we left off. Batman stands against the pile of ashes that used to be Montgomery Marr, third-rate crook and the latest victim of the Crime Smith punishment for squealers. Oh, snitches get
stitches.
Snitches get vaporized. The remaining members of Marr's gang blame Batman for forcing their leader into speaking Crime Smith's name and causing his gruesome death. Batman picks the wallet from the ashes. Oh man, he mugs him after he's cremated and keeps.
Come on, man! You're like the richest man in the world. Calm down with taking this poor schmuck's wallet. Come on.
Well, he keeps it to investigate later. As he approaches the other thugs to interrogate,
and investigate his subway card. See if he can get a free sub.
$5 footlong.
Oh, the feels. It's like $8 now.
I know, and you can't even get a club anymore. I mean, I don't think they do
what?
What's like COVID? Ever since COVID started, you can't get like roast beef there. I'm like, what the hell?
I did not know that.
Yeah. The cold cut combo is not this is not the same. Not the same.
We're old.
Call me Subway. Hey,
Go at me, Subway.
I thought you were saying the feels because the last time you were here we went to Subway.
Yeah, I used to, man, Subway used to be the jam back in the 90s and early 2000s.
Heck yeah.
And then Jared happened, and now I really feel bad about eating at Subway. So it happens very sparingly.
I know. It's what. Well, I go because the one of the ones near us is one of the few places that have gluten-free bread. So.
Oh, it's not standard because every Subway around me has the gluten-free bread.
There's like at least 3 or 4 around us, and like again, I've called them all, and it's like, do you carry the gluten-free bread? And it's like, no, and it's just that one we went to in Walmart was the only one who said, yeah, we have gluten-free bread. I'm like, really?
Well, of course, Walmart because they get the most traffic. That makes sense.
Yeah, I guess. As he approaches the other thugs to interrogate them, they refuse to talk at all costs, fearing that they'd be killed in the same way.
I'm surprised he even uttered it. It's like, yeah, Batman, just beat me and I'll go to the hospital. It's not like you're going to kill me. This guy's going to kill me. So that's the whole... I guess the crooks aren't that smart. They haven't caught on yet. It's only been like 50 years. It's fine.
Well, that first guy didn't know, but yeah, the rest of them saw it. They're like, oh no.
He put something in your arm, homie. Come on. He called it insurance. Don't do it.
He put something in me. It is then that the Gotham City Police Department arrive at the scene, led by homicide detective Dana Hanrahan.
Did we ever see her again?
Yeah, she's that one with Gordon and those those 2 with Joker issues. Remember we covered at the end.
Oh yeah, good for her. And then we never saw her again.
I think once Marv was gone, she was gone. Yeah.
Nobody wanted to give him his shekel. I think that's honestly how it works. If you use a character another creator uses, you have to give them. I'm pretty sure.
Probably, and then once we start getting closer to Batman the Animated Series, we got Bullock back, and then they started bringing Montoya in. So
the smartest thing they ever did.
Yeah.
Make the comics more like Batman the Animated Series, and not the 89 wasn't that bad of a drastic change, but animated series all day, every day. Hands down my favorite aesthetic if you're going to copy something.
The thugs start yelling the truth of the events to the police, pointing towards Batman as the one responsible
Batman did it.
for death. I know. Although the police can't verify the truth yet, Batman simply points out the fact that the criminal is dead and he leaves the place in a somber mood. Back in the Batcave, Bruce's conscience feels heavy. Aw.
We don't care about them stinking criminals. Stop it.
There was only $20 in the wallet.
No Subway card.
The next day, Bruce Wayne meets with security consultant Jeffrey Frazier in order to continue the arrangements of the deal between their companies. Frazier provides documentation about the security measures he intends to place in Wayne Tech, but after he leaves the building, Bruce becomes unsure of Frazier's honest intentions. That night, Batman eavesdrops on the office of the police coroner, who is finishing the evaluations on the remains of Montgomery Marr. And the man informs Commissioner Gordon that the criminal was killed using chemicals placed inside his body as well as a remote transmitter, making the criminal an expert in chemistry, physics, and circuitry, or as Gordon would put it, a mad scientist.
Oh, he's so simple. That must be why Bruce loves him. He loves him a simple boo. He doesn't have to worry about talking about anything highfalutin. He doesn't worry about talking at all.
Hey, his boo, his boo just comes around every so often, pats him on the head. You're pretty.
Exactly.
With this,
he's in here. He's just not in costume. That's all.
Him, yeah. Oh yes, that's right. They do discuss. Yeah. They go over the evidence and stuff. Yes. With this information, Bruce returns to the Batcave, where he starts analyzing the contents of Marr's wallet. Tim Drake is by his side, learning the basic aspects of investigation. Bruce finds a printed map of the target location for Mars crime, which was most likely
Who was it, laminated?
with a big X on it, likely provided by Crimesmith. Batman then runs a cross database search on the Bat computer of companies that sell chemicals
Computer.
that sells chemicals and experts in different scientific fields. Hold on, let's set the mood here.
I'm in.
That's what he said.
We've hacked the Pentagon in 5 keystrokes. We're in.
While the computer runs the operation, Bruce and Tim decide to start their physical training.
Let's get physical. We got the wife beater on and everything.
As they train, Bruce inquires if Tim has told something about his activities to his parents, but the boy replies that they have been away on a business trip. Remember,
legitimate business people.
Remember, like 2 episodes back or so. We'll see what kind of monkey business.
Like, honestly, Bruce should be able to relate the most to Tim. Like, his parents were legitimate business people.
Sure, Jan. Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you for the heart, Rob Southgate.
What? What's Rob doing up this early?
What's he doing watching a Batman show?
He's waiting for you to say Gotham. Do it for him. Come on.
I don't think he's watching now, but okay. Rob, in case you listen to this later, Gotham. Yeah, Tim says they have been on a business trip and that they haven't called since they left. Jeez, they haven't even called. Tim believes. He's just.
See, even his parents don't care about him.
How sad is that, though? It's like, do they even know he's living with a strange man? Well, he's splitting his time between school and this strange man.
This is what happens, folks. Love your kids.
Exactly. Well, pay attention to your kids at least. Damn. Tim believes that they must be caught up with work and that they might have simply forgotten to call. Yeah, don't forget your kids.
Bruce, until you end up in a wheelchair. Then you need your kid, huh?
Bruce suspects otherwise. Wonder what he's suspecting. But before he can jump to conclusions, the Bat computer has ended the operation. Much to Bruce's surprise, one of the possible suspects, and the only one from Gotham City, is Dr. Frazier, the security consultant. Bruce goes to his study where he analyzes the documentation.
He gets so mad. Look at him.
That Frazier provided, and when he compares it with the printed map in the criminal's wallet, he realizes they came from the same printer. Ugh.
Fun fact, they can still do that to this day. They put like secret ink in your printer. And when you're printing, there's like at the bottom corners under like a certain kind of light, they can tell what printer it came from. So yeah, that's pretty neat.
But yeah, he's like,
I don't think they had all that back then, but
how dare a criminal try to take my money?
Exactly. He's like, oh, time to suit up. Look, we even get the him taking it out of the case, which rarely happens. Like,
I know.
Watching him literally, he's mad.
This
was for emphasis.
I was like, did Aparo want to do this, or did they just have like kill a page? Because yeah, there's just like a page of him suiting up, putting the belt on and literally putting
the cow.
I know, just dropping the cow and paper over his head.
Oh god, I was like, magical girl transformation activate. This was funny. I liked it.
After sending Tim back to school with Alfred, Bruce starts changing into Batman, yes. Putting on the bat suit, he then takes his time choosing whatever possible gadgets from the utility belt might prove useful for the mission, yes. A ritual that he always keeps in mind. Once ready, he takes the Batmobile and drives to his destination, Dr. Frazier's company building.
Batman. How do you think that particular Batmobile got to the gallon? How many miles to the gallon? I'd say about 12. That looks like a gas hog to me.
A muscle car. It was 1990.
It was the 90s.
I think gas was still like 90 cents a gallon or something.
Yeah, when I was in
Yeah, because
high school, when I started driving, it was still 99 cents a gallon. That's how old I am, people.
That's what I was gonna say when I started. That's what it was about when I started driving in the mid '90s. Yeah, like 99 cents. Yeah.
Thank you, 9/11.
The good old days. Oh my god, I remember I used to work with this old guy at work. He used to say, yeah, back in the day, he's like, we used to be able to take a girl out to eat, go to a movie, and fill up your gas tank for like $5. I'm like, damn.
Time travel.
But that's if you take your date to like McDonald's or something. But yeah. All right. Batman arrives at the place and breaks into the Crimesmith's secret room. Inside the control room, Crimesmith activates a series of security measures to eliminate the threat of Batman, but none of them are useful against Batman's cunning mind and large arsenal.
Kids call it nowadays.
Nobody
tell Roy.
He was gonna. I was gonna say you should have seen Lil's eyes light up when I was like Batman's large arsenal.
Tube sock. We all know he's a stuffer, okay? We all know it.
Damn. Batman escapes from exploding chemicals, laser beams, laser. Oh my god,
that's the twin powers activating. Don't mind us.
It's Dr. Evil.
How about no?
Ooh, this is a gauntlet for sure, though. I like this particular sequence.
I know. And corrosive gas. Yeah, you knew it was coming. With only minor injuries, inside the control room, Crimesmith is revealed to be. Okay, we'll get to this in the notes at the end of this, but yeah, in the first issue she was Rhea. Now she's Maya. They went from R to an M.
She's a woman. It doesn't matter.
Marv's like, you're lucky she got a name. Who's the
assistant?
Who's the mastermind behind the whole criminal organization, while Frazier acted as a front to throw away suspicion.
A figurehead, if you will.
Oh, so the woman was the real brains behind the operation, and the man was just the figurehead.
Why did your eye drift over to my box?
That's how it goes. No shade, Obama, but that's how it goes. She wasn't stupid enough to run for political office. She made you do it. We all know.
Oh my god! Did you ever hear her interview on Conan O'Brien's podcast?
Mm-mm.
She said it was always funny, like when Trump first got in the office and they started blaming Obama for everything. And they're like, oh, thanks, Obama. They're like, that just became a joke around their house. It's like, oh, someone left the milk out of the refrigerator overnight. Oh, thanks, Obama.
Damn.
When Maya, this time, realizes Batman has overcome most of their traps, she leaves the control room and tells Frazier to create something deadly to kill Batman. Frazier combines a series of chemicals and the whole building starts exploding. Batman eventually finds the control room and he tries to save Frazier, but the man is desperate and he runs into the fire, hoping to find and save Maya. When Frazier is about to confess,
she was already going, homie. Sorry to bring it to you. She got the hell out of Dodge. This is the smartest henchwoman I've ever seen.
I know. When Frazier's about to confess that Maya's the Crimesmith and that he is in love with her, she kills the man using a remote control gun placed in the control room.
What is this, a little Hellfire date?
Oh!
I beat you to it, Phil.
I was going to say, I mean, I say that every time, and Lil's like, yeah, that's my rep.
I get it.
Allegedly.
With Frazier dead, Batman manages to jump out of the building just in time to see the place consumed by fire and explosions. Far from there, Crimesmith takes a look at Batman through a security camera connected to a small screen in her vehicle. So
I love how it's like the end ? I was like, what is this? The Flash movie?
Well, I guess because
not the Flash movie, the real Flash movie, Flash Gordon.
And I guess she gets away with it because we never see her again. So.
The best villain in Gotham, and we never see her again.
I mean, it's just
Take
like
that, Harley.
I'm like,
Take that, punchline.
So
She
what-
didn't get caught.
I was gonna say, was she smart and just like left the country and never came back?
I mean, that's the way to do it. Stay
Well,
the hell out of Gotham.
Like I said, I don't think we ever see Batman hunt her down. So yeah, she got away with it.
Then he tapped Marv on the shoulder, bro. They didn't like it. We're moving on.
Oh my god, that would have tied so well into the next arc when he goes to Russia. She was hiding out in Russia.
That would have. But she would have kind of stuck out a little bit in Russia.
Yeah. But yeah, it's in the notes. Yeah, the previous issue, Crimesmith's name was said to be Rhea, but in this issue, however, it is called Maya. So yes, they switched the R for them.
Or maybe she has a twin. Ooh, you ever think about that?
Oh.
See, if you ever want to bring her back, you're welcome.
That would have been funny. It'd been like he thinks he arrested the right one, but it turns out to be the evil twin.
The good twin. The good twin gets arrested.
So,
I like the action sequences.
oh yeah.
I don't know. Like I don't. It doesn't contribute to the overall mythology of Batman. Like I'm just a simp for Batman. I like classic rogues. I don't like when they introduce new ones. I'm a true OG comic book fan. I do not like change.
I mean, this was
I do not like change. I especially don't like a 2-part story for a one-off character. We could have been doing something else.
yeah. Again, I don't know if they're
But
killing.
the art was great.
Yeah,
Not gonna lie.
I don't know if they were killing time, but yeah, it was basically just like a
Oh, this is wheel spinning 101, homie.
You think so? With him, a whole page dedicated to him getting dressed in the cave.
I mean, they could at least kept him shirtless, but
I mean, this is like something modern comics would do. Give us a whole page of him just suiting up. This because this is the '90s, man. It's this is the time when it's like, oh, I'm gonna go somewhere, and then the next panel, oh, I'm here.
exactly.
So yeah, like you said, I like the art. I like the whole, the him getting through the traps and stuff, and the art was good. Yeah, I like the second issue way more.
They focused on the detective work, and we got to see Gordon. The covers are really nice, but yeah, I don't like a 2-part story for a one and done villain. That is like a pet peeve of mine.
But overall, I like the second issue a lot more. The cover I like better. Again, the story moved along, and the first issue was a lot of setup.
Yeah, I do love being in the streets of Gotham, though. I really do. Oh, yeah. It makes the city feel alive because Gotham is her own character. So,
and we pretty much get like the first, like day one of Tim Drake's training, pretty much.
Gotta dodge those backhands.
I mean, at least
Drake learned to dodge those bullets in that stupid costume.
It's somewhat realistic, where it's like, oh yeah, Jason Todd got killed, so maybe we should train this kid. So let's like, he didn't put him.
Let's be honest, Jason Todd was a criminal, and he was just, Batman was just keeping an eye. He was just babysitting him so he didn't burn the city down. Because as we learned, when he turns into Red Hood, he definitely loves to burn a city down.
True.
Burn.
But I mean, yeah, I mean, I like that part where it's like, they actually like showed you like Tim Drake training for a while instead of just like next issue.
Actually learning how to investigate.
Yes, actually showing you the training instead of just like throwing him in the suit the next issue and be like, oh, 6 months have passed.
But no, it's like, why does Batman wear black? Because he doesn't want to get shot. Why does Robin wear such a uniform? Because Batman doesn't want to get shot. Case closed.
That's her favorite joke, kids.
It is, because it's kind of true. You notice Nightwing went to darker colors as well. Meanwhile, Duke, what's he wearing?
Bright yellow.
Just saying, it's a pattern.
Lilith Hellfire lives by that motto. Why does Lilith Hellfire wear black like she is right now? So she don't. Why does she make her dates wear bright colors?
Exactly, especially in Florida.
Wild West, no.
Wild Southeast, yeah. We're right next to Texas, though.
So overall, what grade would you give this?
This is a solid C+. It would be fun if we actually saw her again, or it meant something. Like I said, I like things that contribute to the overall mythology.
Again,
she had promise because she was a woman. Like, we don't really get a lot of women villains in DC. We just don't.
I mean, that happens a lot in comics where it's like certain creators, they create a character, and then if nobody else picks up,
it just doesn't catch on. Yeah.
And I don't know if like
I'm still waiting on Red Claw to make a return. Like, hopeful 90s kid that I am, that had promise, that had, honestly, it did, because we needed something outside of, like, say, League of Shadows and things like that. And I thought that organization could still be exploited somewhere, somehow, just putting that into the atmosphere, since everything matters and nothing counts.
I mean, and I don't know if it's just like it's like a lot of people forgot about this character because one, she didn't have like a flashy persona, and it's like until like the last couple pages.
That's how she got away.
I mean, it's mostly just like a figure in shadows for most of this, and then it's like you don't even know it's her until the last couple pages, because like even in the rest of the second issue, they're just like, oh, it's Jeffrey Frazier.
It's gotta be
him crumpling that paper in his hand. So yeah, I mean, they really didn't even reveal her until like the last few pages.
Yeah, I definitely feel like he got the tap on the shoulder. Move on, move it along.
I know, because I remember, like, I read this when it was new, and then like the next issue came out. I'm like, wait a minute, he's not going to catch her.
She got away. Batman's getting soft.
I'm thinking for like the next year. I'm like, wait a minute, we're not going back to her. She's not getting caught. What?
It was the first thread that unraveled for Philip.
Well, again, I guess Wolf. Omar wasn't going to be around too much longer. Wolf. Next was the Russia story, then the Joker story.
Yeah.
You start getting different.
Yeah, like it's a solid average story. I mean, I don't hate it.
Oh, it's a bat 90.
Now, had the art been a little worse, the action sequences not been as great, I don't know, but it was, so total C+ for me. You passed. You did it, kid.
I'll say I'll go the B-, but yeah, so much of that is like the art and just like the acting in the second issue with the traps and everything. The Dr. Evil style traps in the end and stuff.
How about you?
Exactly. It's like if Dr. Evil and Jigsaw had a baby, this is what they would create.
Seriously. Couldn't have been more Dr. Evil. Only if they had been sharks with lasers on their head.
I'm still waiting.
How about no?
You're in Florida. Get yourself a pool or something.
Actually, dolphins are a lot more evil than what people think. So I would have dolphins and they're smart. So I would have dolphins with lasers on them. Flipper 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I wouldn't even bother to name them. But Batwoman, how we feeling? I'm finally glad that everybody's on board with me that Alice is kind of killing the show. That Kate Kane's ghost is killing the show, and that we need to move forward. That has been the consensus, and I just like when people agree with me. There, I said it.
They should, yeah, they. I mean, they're dragging.
It's time.
I'm like, are they bringing Ruby Rose back for an episode or something? I'm like, why are we dragging the Kate Kane thing out unless Ruby Rose is coming back for at least an episode?
She better not show her face.
That's what I'm saying. If she's not coming back, why the whole Kate Kane stuff?
I think they have to do that for people that want her to come back.
Maybe.
They kind of got to leave that thread until we probably have to deal with this the whole season, and then season 3, people finally figure it out on their damn own. She ain't coming back. She never cared about you, stupid.
We're gonna prove she's dead or something. Yeah.
I told you, she just deserves her body to wash up off the Gotham Bay. And that's that. And that's how vigilante life be sometimes, okay?
And the whole Alice thing, I mean, I know she's crazy, but the motivation that makes no sense to me. It's like, oh, I want to save my sister so I can kill her. Or is she just lying?
She's just lying.
That's what
I love Rachel. Y'all know I love Rachel. I love Alice, but she doesn't match with this new the way the new Batwoman is gonna be. Like she's a relic from the olden times. It's time to go.
I mean, if they want to do the
You're pulling episode ideas from Arrow. Granted, season 1 and 2 are brilliant and great and awesome.
Mhm.
But I've been there, I've done that. Don't need to see it from the female perspective. We even have Sarah. So, you can just not do that.
But again, if you're gonna do the Alice thing, just like have her be like, "Oh, my sister's either dead or out of the way. I can like take over this city. Who's left? Those a new
Her crazy. Well, her TV crazy.
Yeah, a new Batwoman, and those other two Nicks. I can get away with anything.
Basically. I mean, they spent the first season for Ruby actually like building out the rogues gallery, we wouldn't have this problem, but they decided to focus on Alice because I mean people loved her and I get it, and they actually leaned into it, but at a detriment.
I told you, that's the one thing I don't like about shows is like when they go all Saturday morning cartoon and it's the same villain every episode.
And I don't mind because it's a superhero show, and I don't mind when they lean into the tropes. I think that's what really saved Arrow, is it being villain of the week, and still had an underlying like overall mythos for the Dark Archer and the Plan. You can do both. Two things can be true at the same time,
Oh yeah, but I mean, but again, he kind of defeated the Dark Archer. I mean, I know he came back in the other seasons, but it's like. But
the thing about it is it had consequences. Yes, he saved part of the city, but the other part of the city and that had, blew up, and that had like long lingering consequences.
Yeah. I'm just like, when you have a show based in supposedly in like a realistic world, and it's like
grounded, when you have a grounded vigilante superhero.
And the same villain comes back.
Whack. Yeah, it's just Alice is just a little too wacky for that.
And when the villain keeps coming back, it's like, well, how competent is your hero if the villain's still around every week?
She's just a woman. Don't think too hard about it.
Oh.
Those are the vibes. Those are the vibes. Don't get mad at me for the subtext and vibes. Don't get mad at me for that.
But no, I mean, Batwoman and the Flash.
Okay, we'll take all the female heroes in the Arrowverse. None of them are super competent.
Well, who is super competent in the Arrowverse, man or woman?
I mean, Barry and Oliver have had more success than Sarah or Kara.
But they make their share of dumb mistakes too.
Of course, but I'm just saying we don't linger on it like we do the females. It's just a whole thing. It's a whole thing.
We don't linger on it.
It's tropes that need to die. That's all that I'm saying.
Like, I guess.
I'm still excited. We're already greenlit for season 3. Thank goodness. Right. I mean, I kind of want to wipe the slate clean and just let Stargirl be her own thing on the CW, so that the CW can like grow up and not always have all these superhero shows. Because like they've done some really cool stuff like Jane the Virgin and Crazy Ex-Girlfriend, and I just want to see them like kind of grow their repertoire. That's all.
I mean, I think
that's what we have like HBO Max, and that's where all the stuff should be, because all the stuff should be rated R to differentiate ourselves from Disney. That's just the plan that should be there. It's like so obvious to me, and I don't know why it's not obvious to them.
I think eventually it's going to happen that way once this current crop of CW shows ends.
Why start a Superman show on the CW? Why? That's dumb. That's dumb.
Do they know?
It's never going to be the quality. And like, no shade, y'all know I love Terry Hatcher and Dean Cain. That's my favorite Lois and Superman. Sorry, Tom and Erica. But that show was campy and low budget. But I still loved it, and they still managed it. But like, I'm just saying, do you know what I'm saying? It was on ABC at least. Yeah. It wasn't like it was on like UPN or something.
Yeah, exactly. So do they not have faith in the Superman show that they don't put it on the paid?
It goes back to my whole thing. Why are they ruining the brands of the Trinity? Wonder Woman, Batman, Superman specifically. They fought so hard to not have them on TV, and all of a sudden we put them on the CW.
Well, I mean, you see, they're still not putting Batman on TV. I mean, HBO Max.
Well, they can't. They physically, literally cannot do a live action actual Batman show because of rights. That is the only reason.
I still think they would be cautious of because that's their cash cow right now.
I mean, honestly, the more people are looking back at Gotham and comparing it to, say, a Batwoman and things like that, I'm just saying, Gotham wasn't that bad, apparently. Is what people are saying.
Batman.
So, you know, we still have Pennyworth got a season 2, probably is going to get a season 3. So, like, let's stop dancing around it and figure out what we have to do to get it actually back on TV. We need a live action Batman TV show. That's just point blank, period. Or give me that damn Grayson show. One or the other. One or the other.
Nailed it.
That pilot would still hold up. If you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. I'm interested in backstory for Dick Grayson. Like, I'm just saying, it needs to happen.
Diggity dig.
I don't want a movie. I want a TV show. I want to spend more time with this character. He deserves that.
I know. I agree.
And like Titans, no shade, no shade. I do not enjoy Titans. Like after like the second half of season 2, I'm just like, nope. Y'all doing too much and not enough at the same time. I don't know how that happened, but that's what's happening. You gave me old man Bruce. It's freaking Jorah from Game of Thrones. I don't know what that's about.
I know.
I'm like, this is not my Bruce Wayne. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Was Kevin Conroy busy? Was he?
And Dick Grayson gets himself thrown in prison. I was like, what?
Okay, it wasn't just me. And like the Beast Boy thing and the Raven thing, like
no, I
uncomfortable.
Most of the reviews I saw were like, what the hell did they do that second season? It's like, you know, just gets himself thrown in jail and all that other stuff. It's just
I'm just gonna tell y'all, Stargirl is the best thing on DC TV right now, and I'm so excited. I cannot wait. Especially, I can't wait for season 2, episode 7, when John Wesley Shipp shows up as the Flash, and the Jay Garrick outfit. By the way, guys, so y'all know that's my fave. Got the Funko Pop to prove it.
So I'm guessing this confirms that Jay made it through Crisis.
Yes, I'm super happy that we actually get confirmation because the Flash is going to be busy doing other things this season. We got a lot of mess to clean up, apparently, from the way that I understand it. I'm still finishing up season 6 because I skipped a lot of episodes. So,
oh my. But yeah, they had to end their season 6 early too because of COVID and stuff. So
yeah, and the way that they had chopped up season 6, and then how the pandemic affected them, that's why they do actually have they've even said it, that wasn't shady. That, you know, the first like 3 episodes of the new season is going to be like they kind of are forced to wrap up what happened so that they can move forward for the next season. So.
Yeah, that's they're saying this. Some of the stuff they were going to wrap up in the finale or whatever. There's like beginning of season 7.
Like even the trailers, old footage from like last season that they're using for the new season. So everybody was wondering about that. I'm like, isn't it obvious?
Obvious.
But yeah, I don't know. I'm ready for something new, something different. Oh my god, I don't mean Marvel. But yeah, the DC TV needs a new direction. I feel like Stargirl was a step in the right direction. I like the lightheartedness, the fun of it, but they still have like serious, heavy moments, you know? And it doesn't feel dramatic to me.
Oh, I know what I was going to ask you. I forgot to ask you last night. Did you see is HBO Max doing a Constantine something now?
They are in pre-production stages for doing a new Constantine live action, and they don't want to have Matt Ryan, Keanu Reeves. They're looking for someone of color, which, you know, have the fanboys in a tizzy. Is what it is. I think Matt Ryan is perfect as Constantine.
Yes.
And I think it would be smart to have Keanu Reeves actually does want to return to that role. And after the massive success of John Wick, why would you turn that down? Or we could even do you know, have Matt Ryan and Keanu Reeves like we do have a multiverse, and that way have your cake and eat it too. But they want to do something new, and I gonna have to respect that, I guess.
Oh my god, that would be a little Hellfire fanfic because you know John Constantine would have sex with himself. You know that.
Of course, literally writes itself. But you know. I don't respect their decisions, but I'm gonna have to just respect what they want to do with Constantine.
Matt Ryan and Keanu Reeves sex scene. Lilith Hellfire will write that and film that for you. HBO.
I have written Batnet fanfic. What are you talking about? I will clean it up for TV.
Lilith will film it. She'll be on set. She'll.
I don't know. Like, call me crazy, but they don't lean into the things that would actually make them money. It boggles the mind.
I know.
But yeah, I mean, I'm always excited for new Constantine. I mean, he's had like what, 4 reboots?
I don't know. They did the movie, then he was Matt Ryan started on NBC, then they moved him to the Arrowverse.
Yeah, I'm always excited for new Constantine. I always have hope. That's the one character, because of the way that he's written in his origin, that you just really, if you go too far from it, fans will just,
Yeah.
they will just riot and let you know.
I mean,
so he's got to smoke. He's got to be bisexual. He's got to use naughty swear words, of course, sparingly, because he's English. And if he's English, he uses the C word. Just saying. See you next Tuesday. Gotta have that.
I mean, put it on HBO Max is a step in the right direction, but it's like, why wouldn't you do Matt Ryan? You could, I mean.
Well, they want, like I said, they want to do something new. They want it to be a color. Go woke, go broke. It's like, by that I mean, yes, you can be woke, but like, you don't have to do it for the diversity for the sake of diversity and not having like an actual reason for it, or using actually established characters of color that are like actually in the magical world of DC. It doesn't feel right. And I get some fans like how they feel, but some of them are racist pieces of crap that just don't get it and they just want it because it's a white character in the book, so it has to be a white character on TV. But this just kind of smacks of desperation for me personally. As a Constantine fan, it's like he's English and he's in the punk scene and he actually had a band. And if you know anything about the punk scene, especially in England, someone of color just would like, it's like Batman from like the 1930s being black and being like a multi-millionaire. It just, if you actually look at real world application, doesn't make sense. You know what I mean?
And if you want like a lead of color, why don't you give him like a partner or something? Either.
Well, look what happened to Diggle. So he got robbed. Felicity robbed him of his role, and it is what it is.
Well, and as the team got so big and unwieldy, it's like just bring in like 1 or 2 partners, or
They can't help themselves. Everything has to be Power Rangers. You start with one side. You end up like Batman. You start off with one sidekick. You got a whole damn family. That's just how it goes.
Bring his 2 partners in from that NBC show. Come on.
I don't know.
Just the NBC show.
I have to see who they get to write it, and that's going to make all the difference.
Yeah.
So yeah, like I have a lot of feelings and a lot of thoughts about it. Like I'm down for it, but it has to be implemented the right way. And DC just doesn't get diversity. They don't. Like everything feels ham-fisted and forced, and it doesn't feel genuine. And that's the thing. That's what I mean about go woke, go broke. If it doesn't come from a good place, if it from like greed, this is the trend, it's never gonna work.
Yeah.
And that's what people mean go woke, go broke. They don't mean just because you put a person of color like they did with Batwoman that it's gonna be bad. Because I think it's good. I think it's actually better than Ruby Rose's stuff.
And I just think
that came out of desperation. Honestly, it did. We all know it.
And I just think with Constantine, I think anymore they're afraid to go like a full R-rated with him, since they've like put him in, like on the Arrowverse or in some of the animated stuff. They're afraid to go like.
Well, the animated stuff's actually a lot more dark and like actually to the core of who he is. Like Justice League Dark and stuff like that is actually way more risque, if you will, than anything he's ever done on Legends, including having Gary as his lover / mage.
But I think they kind of want him to be like a household name, but they also want like the dark and gritty.
Well, baby, it's 2001. You got to do a lot to be a household name.
Tell them. Oh, I know.
It's like they don't know how to do market research or something. I don't know. But if they need help, they can always call me. My DMs are always open.
That's right.
That goes to you too, Marvel, because y'all messing up on a few things too. Don't think I don't see y'all. Just because I don't talk about y'all don't mean I'm not looking.
Yes, please hire
I'm
this.
just waiting on WandaVision to finish up so I can actually binge watch everything. I don't like to wait. Y'all know that about me. One day.
Yeah, it's gonna be that hard of a binge because every episode's only like 30-some minutes. So yeah, you should be able to.
Yeah, one day. I like one and done. I want to get it over in like one Saturday. Let it sit, write out what I need to write out, and be done with it. This week to week crap. I don't like going back to that model. I hate it. I hate it here.
There's only 2 episodes left, and like if you don't watch it before, that's gonna be something for your vacation.
Definitely. Yeah, that'd be a great way to spend my vacation, actually. Because I love Wanda. I just hated how they treated her in the movies. I hated how they treated Hulk in the movies. I hated how they treated Hawkeye in the movies. You know, characters I actually care about. Oh, they did Black Widow so dirty. So that's why I have a beef with MCU. None of the characters I actually care about outside of Iron Man, and they kind of nerfed him as well. So he ended up with Pepper. So y'all know how I feel about that.
And we better be getting a damn Jimmy Woo Darcy spinoff.
If we don't, what are we even doing?
I know.
Kat Dennings deserves better. I love Kat Dennings, and not just for her boobies. She's actually really funny.
Whoa.
Only reason why I watch Two Broke Girls, to be honest.
What, for the boobies?
No, for her. She's hilarious.
I know.
She'd be hilarious without her boobs. But on that note, I think we have some homework for the kids and some sponsors to plug.
Well, somebody says, I agree, Wanda got screwed in the movies, but in WandaVision, she gets her due.
I hope so. I really hope so. But I've heard some things,
Well,
Marvel things about women characters. So I'll have to see for myself.
We'll wait until the last 2 episodes when they were explained everything. See if it's.
I like that Monica's back though, so I'm real curious about how that works out.
Oh, this week
she got done dirty in the movies too.
What? She was a kid.
Exactly. Rude.
Well, I mean, unless they did that just so they can have an adult one here,
Fingers crossed.
I know. All right, kids. Here, let me pull up the schedule for next.
Homework, Phil. Give the kids the homework. It's what the kids crave.
Ray, where are you? Oh, it's Batman. Never mind.
Listen to our Ultimate Spider-Cast, probably. Or Daredevil.
You think they're going to explain everything? Well, I think they're going to give us enough.
No.
Well, I think they're going to whet our appetites enough where to get us to go see Doctor Strange too. I believe they said that's where this.
I'll let you and Charlie ruin that movie for me because I ain't watching it.
What if Wanda's in it? Or Monica?
Nah, I ain't watching it. I'll read the wiki.
All right, kids. So next time, I'm trying to remember. This might be Marv Wolfman. But next time, Detective Comics 625 and 628, Abattoir.
Ooh, fancy.
You like your cannibals. And then in 2 weeks, yes, we're gonna get to the next Batman arc, Batman 445 through 447. Yes, that infamous trip to Russia.
And Russia, the vodka drinks you. Don't at me, Russia.
And then in 3 weeks, the Penguin Affair from Batman 449 and Detective.
Y'all need to read that if you have not read that, and please send feedback. It's one of the best Penguin stories. I don't care.
Oh, and should we tease Kitties in April? Probably towards the end of April, we're gonna.
Papa Phil wants to make a change.
No, everyone else brought it up. No, we're gonna do another. Host swap.
Because Lilith demanded.
Yeah, last year, yes, I dropped out and Ray did a episode of Comic Capers with Lilith. This year, Lilith demanded Ray has to do a Batman episode. So yes, I think towards the end of April.
Nice.
Lilith wanted to swap.
We got to keep it fresh in this relationship.
Oh my! So you give me Ray, thanks.
Hey man, tell him to get a tank top and a glass of wine and watch the ratings go through the roof. It'll be fine, Phil. It'll be fine.
It was just a really nice package.
I wonder what Moon Knight issue I'm gonna have to cover.
I don't know.
Out of the pouch. Boing.
Give her a double size one, Ray.
Because I know it's like long.
Don't you dare!
I don't know if there's any.
I already ordered my Moon Knight shirt, so it's official. We're definitely doing it.
Why? Was it a is it an Into the Night shirt?
Yes.
Oh my. All right, I'd be so happy, man.
It'll probably get here in time. I don't know. Those things take forever sometimes.
I should tell him, man. Be like, if you don't want to put the video up, I'll put the video up. All right.
That'll be for the Patreon.
Oh my. How low cut is this shirt? Anyway. All right, kids. So send your thoughts next time. Detective Comics 625 and 628. Email us, capesandlunatics@gmail.com, or call the voicemail 614-382-2737. That's 614-38-CAPES. And remember, you can follow We Are the Night, the Batman podcast.
The Batman podcast. I got it, Phil. You don't have to do it. I got it.
But yes, and I think that's how you can find them branded on Facebook, Twitter. You can find
everywhere you need to be on social media.
Yes, you can find all of our various social medias for all of our many shows, links to this YouTube video, so you can see every sarcastic look on Lil Hellfire's face, links to the merch. Get yourself a nice obscure cup so no one knows what you're drinking, right, Lil?
Thanks, straight.
Links
Although for today's Patreon Showgirl review, I will be drinking rosé.
Oh,
because I'm feeling fancy, but I might even wear some Versace. I don't know.
Oh my! I was gonna say just for you. I was thinking about wearing a tank top.
Yes, everybody should wear tank tops.
Oh my!
Can you tell I'm from Florida?
That's right. I'll wear a tank top and no bra. Anyway, yes. Yes, and also links to our page, the aforementioned Patreon, for our hard R movie reviews, and coming soon, boob windows and long boxes.
Uncut, uncensored Philip. He'll tell you how he really feels, how he really, really feels.
Getting into the nitty gritty of behind the scenes comics.
That's going to be fun.
Oh, yeah, it is. All right. So, yes, find links to all of that, all in one place. That's Linktree, linktr.ee/capesandlunatics. And remember to support our sponsors, Tweaked Audio.
Get yourself some headphones for crystal clear HD audio. Tweaked Audio.
Hear those death traps coming.
Hear Batman sneak up on you. That's how good they are.
Hear your flesh boil alive.
Yikes.
But again, as we say every episode, be like Batman and hunt a killer. And don't let
Michelle Gray definitely always needs your help, guys. Solve a cold case, and it's like an escape room in a box. Deliver it to your house, because, sometimes you just don't want to go out and be among the unwashed masses, because, technically there's still a pandemic going on.
Oh, wait a minute. Did the crime smith get away because did she, is this the Catwoman syndrome? It was a woman, so he let her get away.
Oh, sexist, misogyny.
Surprised she didn't have a zipper on the front.
I like that she was in those for real. But we do have a handy dandy code for both of those, Tweaked Audio and Hunt a Killer. You just use the handy dandy code Southgate, although it should be SMG Doom, as we decided.
Should tell him that. All right. So, guys, use Southgate for both of those. And so if you're a reader, go pick up Pod Life, the book. Now on digital and paperback. For some reason, Charlie doesn't.
Supposedly, audiobook coming soon, so Marnell can actually know what that book's about.
Oh yes. So go pick that up on. You can do that on Amazon, and when you do, use the link for Southgate Media Group right down there in the show notes. Help us support this show, the network, and
that master of crime himself,
that shadowy man, that man in the shadows, injecting you with
pulling the strings.
Rob, Master Doom Southgate.
Make it rain. So says Master Doom.
Come on, Phil, say Gotham.
He said it once. Leave him alone.
I said it like at least 2 or 3.
Why did your eye drift over to my box? Mark my words.
All right, Lilith.
Words are marked.
Female criminal masterminds, Lilith Hellfire. Where can people find you?
Oh, if you want to join me in my shenanigans on Sunday night when I live tweet Batwoman at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can find me on Twitter at Lilith Hellfire. I will also be live tweeting the premiere of Superman and Lois, and also The Flash whenever that happens, because it might get pushed back again. So yep, at Lilith Hellfire. You like pictures of puppies, smoothies, and cold pressed juice at Lilith Hellfire 86. But if you're into the spicy memes, that's at Lilith Hellfire 69 on TikTok and Instagram.
Hello, Megan.
Oh, that's a Titans reference.
I need some muscle and some meat.
I'm tired of these Clam Fest. I know that much.
Gobble gobble.
It's not November yet. Although I did get a new Hobgoblin shirt just for Hobgobble Gobble month.
Oh, nice.
I just need to get my unpopular opinion out of my mouth.
I'm addicted to Amazon. I need help. I need an intervention.
Let me look at the schedule. We might be doing a green Gobble Gobble month. It might be Harry Osborn, so let me get back to you.
Okay.
She's like, I don't care. I just collect the shirts.
Basically. That's all DC's good for now. And Marvel at this point.
The merch.
Merch!
All right, kids. Thank you for joining us. Come back next time. It's the run-of-the-mill serial killer.
Ah, the good old days. Grounded, gritty,
Lilith Hellfire.
in your face violence.
Lilith Hellfire can identify stealing them hearts and eating them.
Actually, hearts aren't the best organ meat to eat. You really want to make like sweetbreads. Like, come on, Hannibal Lecter taught us this. Kidneys, you want the kidneys.
I was going to say, what organ meat is the best to eat, Lilith Hellfire?
They used to say liver, but that was a lie. Well, liver is actually gross when you think about it. What it does. Why would you want to eat that? Don't make sense.
I know. What would yours look like? A lima bean?
Mine's actually shockingly healthy.
Made of adamantium.
I think it is.
Join us next time. Same bad time. Same bad channel. Same nonsense. The Batman Podcast.